There we are. Good morning, everybody. It's
Good morning.
Tina here with Reseller Mom, and today we're going to talk about wholesale and how easy it is to actually find wholesale. It's not as hard as you think it is. It's not as hard as I used to think it was when I first started selling online. So, we're going to walk you through how you can find your first wholesale account if you do not already do wholesale buying.
Yes, just 1 second. Hold on. Trying to get my back end electronics all together. And yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's see if I can hit the slideshow part. Perfect. So we've got several ways that you can go through and find wholesalers, and I've got some slides at the end on how we keep track of all of that, because really it can get out of control. You can sit down one day and you're like, you're going down all these rabbit holes and you're finding places, and then you do some applications or maybe some emails, and next thing you know, you've got about 20 different companies that you're in the process, or they all have different maybe processes for getting an account or stages, and some you get approved for, some you don't, and it can be hard to keep
And
track
I'm
of.
going to say over the years now, I have wholesale accounts that I've forgotten that I even got approved for, that I've never bought from. So
Yep.
it's ridiculous how many wholesale accounts I actually do have, and I don't even utilize them all. It gets narrowed down to the handful that you find good items from that you continually use. But it is so easy to get wholesale accounts. And I remember my first time going to ASD, where I thought I was going to find, wholesale. It was just going to be so easy, and then I'm walking through there and I didn't get it. Like I just like I don't get it. And I would scan things. I would scan things at the booths, and of course this is finding wholesale at a live show, and I would scan stuff, and if it was on Amazon, what the show price was, I was going to lose money. And I'm like, how are people coming here and buying stuff and just making money? I really did not get it. And I think I went to 2 ASD shows and never bought a thing because I just didn't get it. And then I would go home and try to find wholesale online. And I'm like, how do people find this stuff? It used to make me crazy. And I will tell everybody up front, as before we go into these slides, is that when you do find wholesale, it's not always cheaper. I'm here to tell you now, it is not always cheaper. Sometimes it's as much as it is in the store, but you can at least buy it in bulk. You don't have to go to 25 stores and buy all that you can. But when you get your wholesale accounts and go through there, it's kind of like the needle in the haystack, the diamond in the rough, whatever phrase you want to use. You could have a catalog of 100 items, and of those 100 items, maybe 5 are the ones. They're the ones that you want to get. They're the ones you want to sell, or then even make bundles out of them. So I don't want to give you the illusion that, oh, I'm going to get, all these wholesale accounts and everything they offer is going to make me so much money. I do want to lead with that. So so as you find your wholesale accounts, just know that with each one, there's only going to be a handful of good stuff. I'm here to tell you the truth and not sell you hyped up stories like you're going to find all over YouTube and the internet. I'm here to keep it real.
Exactly. That Tina is exactly right. Good morning, Nate. Good morning, Carolyn. And I would say that when you get a wholesale connection, it's just like scanning at the store. You are going to go through and you are going to search things, and you're going to have maybe a 5% rate that is actually something that's on Amazon and makes money. Then you're going to be doing test buys. And I have those steps listed out too at the last slide here. But it is not just because you make a wholesale connection, that doesn't mean that you're going to have anything good to go and ready to sell. And there's lots of different types of wholesale distributors out there, that some focus on liquidations or clearancing out, others that stuff that didn't sell. And some are directly working with the manufacturers, and some have a lot of rules around how you can list things. There's map pricing and whatnot. But today we're going to go into how to find them. So we won't get caught up too much on that. But once you find them, then the real work starts. So you
That's
may
when the
think
work
that,
starts, but it is fun, and I love my
mhm,
wholesale accounts. I buy more wholesale than I do from the stores, but it does take time to figure it out. And like I said, I just want to be completely honest up front because I don't want you, if you're someone who hasn't ever bought wholesale, to feel frustrated or let down. Once you are getting accounts and maybe only finding a couple of things, and it's because I feel like I have to erase everything that you hear on YouTube videos about, people just give you hyped up numbers. How I made $15,000 from this wholesale account. And it just, I'm here to deliver you the truth.
yep.
So you want to pull up our slides, Miss Lucy Lou?
So the first place that we have that is a great place to find wholesalers is trade shows.
Mm,
One of the ones that
mhm.
I first went to was the Seattle Gift. I think it was called Seattle Gift Mart, and it wasn't a huge conference, and it was more geared towards boutiques or places that had a little ma and pa shop that sold shirts and trinkets and stuff. But it definitely got me out there and got me talking to people and did get me some connections.
Yeah, sometimes that's the hard part is learning how to talk to a vendor live or even over the phone. And the beauty about finding wholesale is a lot of it you can just do through email and emailing the company if you're someone who is more shy. So you can go to live shows, you can call these companies on the telephone, and you can just do email.
Yep. ASD is a big one, and one of the great things about ASD is you can go to their website, you can pre-register. I've already pre-registered for August show in Vegas, and then you have access to all the vendors. You don't have to go to the show. You don't have to fly to Vegas, but if you do, come hit up Tina and I. We'll be
Yep,
hanging out there.
I will be there. And I even made a video on finding accounts at ASD without attending the show.
Right. So go check out that video. Also subscribe to Tina if you haven't already. And go ahead. I'm getting messages. Go ahead and subscribe to Tina. Go to the ASD site. It is huge, though. There's a lot of weeding to do because there's a lot of places that are probably going to be, just automatically no's for you. But you can spend several days going through that and finding wholesale accounts. Have you ever been to the Atlanta Mart?
I have never been because they have the show that is its sister, let's say, is the one here at the World Market Center. So I have gone here, but I've heard the Atlanta Mart one is much bigger and much better. So I would definitely be interested in going to Atlanta Mart. And depending where you're located at, um, you could choose which show is for you if you want to physically go there. But you do not have to go to these shows. You can sign up, like Lucy said, online. It's free. Okay. I want to make sure to mention that it is free to sign up and get approval to attend the shows. And then you can have access to the website and the vendors online. So just know that not all shows cost money.
All right. A Facebook user, we don't get your name, and my response isn't going to be distributed to Facebook. But yes, her ASD video is on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, and we've also done videos from the last ASD there, kind of going through things and what it is. Good morning, Karen. How are you today? And Tai Kun, yeah, I think I'm saying that right. I hope I am.
I I have to minimize my window to see, put on my glasses. Yeah, I see Nate, Elizabeth, and Karen. Yeah, it looks like Tyken. Tyken.
That's how I would say it. All right, you have on here specialtyfood.com.
Yes.
So I
I
read that.
yes, I added specialtyfood.com because I found this site on accident about, oh, I want to say 2 years ago when I was searching for wholesale food suppliers. And This was right before COVID started that I was really trying to get into finding some specialty food items, more of interesting things, not so much, say, Heinz steak sauce, but those really interesting brands that are more geared to a gourmet type of shop because there are a lot of these kind of brands on Amazon with little competition. And so through poking around on this site, I was able to find some really obscure food brands. And there are food trade shows. So I didn't put those on the list, but as you get looking around, you will see that there are a lot of different food shows. There's one in Long Beach, California, and it's dedicated to just food people. And there's a lot of people creating their own brands of food, and they're trying really hard to get grocery stores to carry their product line. It could be a specialty barbecue sauce or what have you. And you can approach these companies and say, hey, look, I can sell your product on Amazon. I can partner with you, and I can get your products up and going on Amazon. And some of them will be grateful that you've reached out to them. Others are not fans of Amazon and only want to be in specialty stores. And you don't know until you ask.
Exactly. Exactly. And sometimes, even if they don't want you right this second, you may get insight or inspiration on how to do something at a later date. And we have, Tina and I have like tons of ideas for the future, bundle ideas, different things. Like maybe that item didn't work for what we were originally thinking, but it's still a good idea or a good product, and we might want to use it later. So every time you go out and you do these shows, you're going to expand your knowledge base. Definitely. Yes, there we go. Okay, I don't think I need to blow this one up, but
Right.
this
So
was. Go
this
ahead.
is a box of golf balls. This is the back side of that box. So another way that I find wholesale accounts, and I tend to do this more during Q4 for some reason. And I think it's because during Q4, I'm actually out hitting the stores and I'm buying a lot of stuff in store. And these items that are really hot, that are doing well, I look on the back of the package and I'll snap a picture off the back of the package when I'm putting my FNSKU label on, getting ready to ship it into Amazon, and see like, hey, is the distributor or the company on this packaging? And this is an example of where you find it next to the barcode. And you'll see I've made a big white arrow that says, look here. There you go. That's the company. There's their website. There's their phone number. And you can call this company. You can go on their website. You can see if on their website they have a link that, says wholesale buying. It's usually at the very bottom of a website. And just call them or email.
Exactly. You go to these companies' websites, and if they don't have a direct link to their distributor or how to purchase wholesale, then you can call them and say, I'm in the Seattle area. I'm looking for a local distributor of your product. Who would I reach out to?
Yeah.
And, they are usually happy to forward your information or get you in touch with a distributor. At this point, you don't need to tell them I sell on Amazon or any of that stuff. You're just looking for that connection.
Yep.
A lot of times it's going to be, or at least how I do it is, if I have an OA item that I've been doing replens with for a while, I want to look and see how to get that item. For instance, a lot of my Target items. Target is great. Target's great to buy from. Don't get me wrong. Retail arbitrage, online arbitrage at Target is fine, but you can't really buy many at Target. It's usually a limit of 4 or a limit of 12, and consistently being on top of ordering and then only packing up 4 at a time is not quite where my company wants to go. I need to, I want to pack up 50 at a time, not 4. And so getting in touch with a distributor, then I can usually get that product, and maybe it is the same price at Target, but I can order it in a higher quantity. I now have a proper invoice. I'm not dealing with Target shenanigans, which most of the time Target sends me stuff that's broken. They don't have packing down. They just throw things in a box, and it's a lot of times I'm just arguing with this arrived broken again. and damaging stuff out. But it's a way to grow, and it's a way to test things out, because you may be able to find it at the store, test it, see if it sells, and then move on to getting it at a higher, you know, quantity. I think this one is, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Which was this one, right?
So this is a website that I actually used in my earlier years of selling on Amazon. I actually got ungated for health and beauty through a vendor on this website. So you can scroll through here at wholesalecentral.com, and it will give you different categories of suppliers that you can buy items from. I haven't had the best luck finding the best, like really good wholesalers on here, but it's certainly full of people that can get you ungated. These are companies that will have invoices. And at the top up there, you see how they have deals and steals, and that middle one says trade shows. So there could be a list of trade shows for you right there at the top. And you look, there's every category on here.
Let's see here. Let's pick
one.
one.
I'm on my phone and texting.
Say what?
I thought you were laughing because it looked like you were texting on your phone.
Yeah, I am. One of employee issues this morning. It's, of course, whenever I go live, that's when my phone is going to be blowing up.
So see if at the top there's trade shows, even above the photos.
I want to see what Amazon FBA suppliers are. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with these two, so that's why I'm opening them up.
Yeah.
Have you done this one before? Have you ever bought from OC?
Nope.
Okay, so then you can enter and shop a mouse.
Interesting, and they're here. Oh, it says Las Vegas, California. I was like, oh, they're in Vegas. I didn't even know there was a Las Vegas, California. How about that?
There we go. All right. So they got all sorts of things here. And it looks like they are friendly with Amazon sellers. That's the link that I chose. I went with suppliers for Amazon FBA sellers. Let me get down here. Oh. So much to choose from. Okay. So we got lots of things to look through. And once you get to this point, man, there's just so much to scrub through. And that's when a lot of reverse scrubbing on software can help you out, or having a VA that goes through and researches products might be something good too. Like, I don't know if Takis is good. 40 count for 40-ounce bags. I'd be looking for like a 3-pack or a 6-pack on Amazon for that type of information. We've got hot sauces. I mean, there's all sorts of things. I have no idea if any of this stuff is good. I'm learning here with you.
That Folger. Well, yeah, a lot of these are good prices. Like that Folger's right there. It's $3.48. It shows. I know that the smaller, well, and it depends where you live, right? But the smaller one of those here cost around $7. And then the bigger things of that is $9. Now, if you're in California, it's going to be more. Seems like Florida always has the best pricing on groceries when I see resellers or couponers going through the stores. So it depends where you live.
Sriracha sauce.
Yeah, I wonder if they have that in stock.
It says it's there. It's not gotten out of
sold out
of stock message. But for those that don't know, there's a sriracha shortage right now. And so we've been playing with the idea of maybe, buying up some sriracha, because all the stores are going to be out of sriracha.
None of my stores have had it when I've looked.
I have not looked. I have not been to the stores.
Every time I go grocery shopping and I go down the hot sauce row, I can't help but think of sriracha and just look.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go back.
So anyway, that site right there is a wealth of opportunities and ungating opportunities too.
Oh yeah, I mean we went just down one rabbit hole. We went to here, We opened up that. We got to that. Oh, and here's Empire. Empire Distribution is a B2B wholesale website. Let's click on products. Oh, we can look at this real quick. This is typical for applying for a wholesale account. I've gotten a couple of questions like that. I have had wholesale accounts legitimately
Yeah.
ask for a credit card to be on file,
Yes.
ask for a copy of your license,
Yeah.
ask for your reseller permit. Those are all good things. But if you're ever questioning a website, just go ahead and Google that website's name and then the word reviews and make sure that it's a legit website before giving them your information if you are questioning that. That's I
Yeah.
usually do that.
Yeah, and that is a good point, Lucy, because if you don't already have a reseller certificate, you're going to need one to get these wholesale accounts.
Yep.
So even as a sole proprietor, if you're not an LLC, you can get your resale certificate in your state. And that's what these companies need in order for you to open up wholesale accounts. You don't have to be an LLC yet if you're not one, if you're someone that hasn't done that yet. And another thing I need to point out is a lot of these companies, most all of these companies have a minimum order quantity. And what that means is your opening order with them is a certain dollar amount that they say. It could be as little as $100 and it can be as high as, $2,000. I will say the majority of the companies that I deal with are 500 and less for an opening order.
Carolyn asks a good question. Do you need to have a website for wholesale, for example, Shopify?
No,
No.
not.
Every once in a while, I run into a company that will want a website, and I put in my Amazon store website. I do have a Shopify store. If you are opening up over on Walmart, I would say having a Shopify or some sort of storefront, I believe, helped me get my Walmart account. But we're not talking about Walmart today. But just to make orders, a lot of times, no. You also don't want to lie to them. If you sell on Amazon and you plan on selling their products on Amazon, you need to tell them you're going to sell their stuff on Amazon.
That's right. Because if they don't allow it and you didn't tell them and you did it, you now could be sitting there with an IP complaint or some sort of problem because they don't allow other sellers to sell these items on Amazon. So then you've bought it for what? So yeah, always tell the truth. And sometimes there are companies that say, well, we don't allow Amazon sellers. And I have gotten accounts with them anyway because I tell them that I don't intend to compete on the existing listings on Amazon, but that I intend to create bundle items out of their products by pairing them, with items from other vendors and making bundles. And sometimes they'll say, oh, well, maybe I can get you approved with that. Can you send me an example? And I'll send them a link to a listing in ASIN that is mine that I've created that is a bundle, so they can see my work. And I will say, well, this is a different bundle that I've done using, this brand with this wholesale account that I have. And I would do something of a similar nature if given approval to sell your product. And, I will be respectful to your brand. If you want approval ahead of time, just whatever I need to say to get the account. Now, I only do this if this is an account that I really, really want. Otherwise, there's so many accounts out there. If they don't want me to sell on Amazon, I don't need you. There's plenty out there.
Plenty of fish in the sea. The other thing that I would say that has helped me when I'm at shows is, they might say, oh, well, we already have somebody selling on Amazon. And my response is, okay, well, do you have a wait list for when you approve more sellers for Amazon? And they'll usually say, yes, we have a wait list. I know Burt's Bees was like that. They said, okay, we already have enough sellers on Amazon. Do you, they have a list for people that want to sell their products on Amazon. And so they will open it up possibly at a later date. Now it's pretty much just a Hail Mary at that point with that, but it's better than nothing to be on their radar. Sometimes you'll get on their mailing lists and things like that. So when things do happen, you will have kind of a front row opportunity there. When COVID hit, A lot of companies that were like, no, we don't need online sellers. We're like, yes, please sell our products online because all the stores are shut down.
Yeah,
So,
they were vendors that normally didn't allow before. And so the companies that I deal with, they would send me emails like, "Hey, I knew you used to be interested in this line that we carry. They're now eager to have an Amazon seller." So yeah, that
mhm,
did change. And you can't even totally be mad at companies that say, we kind of have our cap of how many Amazon sellers we're not accepting anymore, because if you were one of those sellers, you would be grateful that they capped it off. So that way
mhm,
you're not competing with 100 other sellers that are making the item race to the bottom. Let's say they capped it off at 20 of us that are reselling that brand. Well, then it keeps you having a sweet little account with them.
mhm. So I just want to go through this account real quick and just say, the things that are often going to ask for is obviously your name, sometimes your company name. You also want to put in, if you do a DBA, doing business as, the address that they'll be shipping to and what you're under, employee ID, which you get with the federal government. You're going to need an employee ID. And as Tina talked about, the resale certificate. Sometimes it's called seller's permit, resale certificate. How long you've been in business. Sometimes they won't deal with you unless if you've been in business for a couple of years. Where do you sell? This is where you would say, I sell e-commerce, and then list the sites. I sell on Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, whatever you want to put here. And I usually would tailor this answer to what am I sourcing their stuff for? Is it going to be for all of those platforms? If it's just for Amazon, I'm just going to put Amazon there. How did you hear about this? You could say, through that website that we clicked. You're going to upload your documents here, and you're going to request the account.
And then if you're approved, you'll get an email.
Yep. I just wanted to see what they got. Ooh, boy, oh boy. So they got soap, all sorts of stuff. This is pretty eclectic.
And
We
they have
got
the ASINs on there for Amazon. So that's quite interesting.
that is for me a red flag. I don't like sometimes, doing that, because now I know that everybody else that's sourcing this, they're just running software to match up. And so I would only be looking at these for bundle opportunities, because I know it's going to be flooded with anybody that can make 20%, 10 to 20% off of it. And they're going to be ordering very high quantities and be having it somewhat automated with software. But that's my opinion. You can do whatever you want.
Well, when I've ran across sites like these that already have the ASIN,
Mhm.
usually the profit on these is very, very small. But these can be good sites for getting ungated. So if you knew
Yep.
you wanted to get ungated for the beauty category, um, you see they would have these beauty products, but this MOQ on there, that's the minimum amount that you have to order. So, like say, well, the Burt's Bees, we know we can't sell on Amazon, but if we could, look, you have to buy 200 units. At what
Yep.
price, we don't know. But I guarantee you, sites like this that have the ASINs, it's going to be close to what you would pay for it at retail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're going to have, it's not going to be very much margins.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you probably could get ungated for some of those harder to get ungated things. I
But
still
that's a
think,
high amount to have to buy 100
yeah,
units,
I
50
was going to
units.
say, I think the Amazon to Amazon ungating is going to be much, much
Right.
better.
And we don't know what the price are on these because we don't have an account. We're not logged in to it.
Mhm.
But my experience of the ones that have Amazon ASINs already on them, they're usually not profitable sites. And I've looked at lots of wholesale sites.
Intex, that's a good, I like Intex. Depending on the price on that, that might be good. And here we go. So we've got a happy face and a French fries. So my mind would go, bundle these two together. You get two floats. Can you make the numbers work with that? Um, you've got some makeup here. Can you pair up some makeup items and sell it that way? And I would look at, let's say this float goes for $15 on Amazon by itself, and this one goes for $15 by itself. I'd want to put those two together and maybe sell it for $25.99 as a bundle together. So if you were to buy them individually, it would cost you more. My bundle is going to save you a couple of dollars, and you get a fun 2-pack of floats. But I don't know if these guys sell much, or I just think fries and happy face kind of go together. Fun for the pool. Here we go. We've got some freezer bags. I would sell this maybe as a 6-pack, put 2 of these threes together. You got to think outside the box and really try to make some of these work without having the competition. Single Sea Breeze here probably has lots and lots of sellers, and there's probably a 2-pack, a 3-pack, a 6-pack, and you're going to want to find whatever the best value is on there. All right. Did you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. So sometimes I'm looking for a specific brand. I'm not looking for just random wholesale. I want to know, where can I find, in this example, Morehouse mustard wholesale. So I will Google search and do Morehouse mustard wholesale, Morehouse mustard distributor. I will use those words in my search. And I did this yesterday just for fun. And it took me seconds to find that website that you were just on. This company, Concord, sold the that mustard, and so I went scrolling through their site, and I saw that they carried a lot of other brands as well. And this would be a company that you could get an account with. Yep, they sell closeouts. Closeouts are always a better price. It's essentially equivalent to what's on sale. And sometimes closeouts can be really great because oftentimes they're discontinued. So, as you know, sometimes a discontinued item now goes for a really good price because you can't get it anymore. Now, there's that secret deodorant spray, Paris Rose. Now, maybe that's a scent that is no longer going to be made by that manufacturer. So you'll then see those skyrocket in price because you can't get it anymore. So sometimes closeouts are great for that regard, and then they're also great because the pricing is very low.
Yep. I'm just looking at this. Look, you can get hammers. All right, we want to talk about some other ways to get ideas for wholesale sites, but first we had a question. What is Amazon to Amazon ungating? Sorry for, it's not a dumb question.
Nothing's a dumb question.
I've had a lot of dumb questions this week, not from anybody out here, but that is not a dumb question at all. So Lisa, to do an Amazon to Amazon ungate is you basically go and look for Amazon selling it, and you open up an Amazon business account and you make a purchase on your Amazon selling account from Amazon, and then used Amazon's invoice to get ungated because they want reputable distributors and or suppliers, right? And so they can't really reject their own invoice. So that's the best way and easiest way. So you go to Amazon, and I have a video on this as well if you Google my site. But you go to Amazon, you type in whatever you want. Let's just say it's Burt's Bees, and then you sort it. I usually sort it with lowest price, and then select the Prime option so that you can get, usually the Amazon ones that Amazon is on, and then find the cheapest one that will work for your ungating. So it takes a little while to go back and forth, but you can usually find a business purchasing account. And with an Amazon business purchasing account, you're going to have to put in your EIN and your reseller permit, and you can buy items off Amazon without paying sales tax as a business purchase. Now, you don't want to, if you're doing it for ungating, you can't do it through Prime. You need to do it not through Prime. So I make sure my business account is not a Prime account. They keep trying to get me to be a Prime account. I'm like, nope. We're going to stay non-Prime so I don't accidentally purchase Prime for reselling, because that's a no-no. Same with Walmart Plus. If you try to use Walmart Plus for reselling, sometimes that could flag your Walmart account and get you shut down. They don't want you using that for flipping in the resale world. Probably have a lot of problems with that. But yeah, on Amazon sells a lot of the major brands. They will sell Burt's Bees, they sell Nike, Adidas, all of that, and you can pretty much just get an invoice for 10 items from Amazon for less than pretty much any other wholesaler out there. I mean, for Nike, a lot of the headbands and sweatbands and wristbands and those types of things are like $5.99, and you can get 10 of them. And then you just turn around and you sell them right back on Amazon. You take a loss most of the time, but I think a Nike ungating would be less than $60 altogether when things are said and done. Anyhow, yeah, an Amazon invoice. Now, Amazon doesn't call it invoice. I can't remember what the heck they call it, but it's your order summary or whatever it's called, and you just print that to PDF, annotate it, and submit it with your application to sell that brand. And it works every time. I got ungated for some Children's Place pajamas. I think that's the one that I did. I don't think I've done it for anything else.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the first I've heard. Walmart Plus cannot be used as a reseller, so I cannot pick up or delivery. I believe it's for if you are going to sell it on Walmart. Look it up, Sheila, because I've just seen some people getting their Walmart accounts banned, and that's because they were using the Walmart Plus accounts to basically then buy stuff and resell on Walmart. So
I use my Walmart Plus account, and I have my tax-free attached to it. And
right.
I order using Walmart Plus and have it shipped to my house, and have for the last 2 years.
But to sell on Amazon, not to sell on Walmart.
Right. I'm not selling them on Walmart. So,
right. And so it's the Walmart to Walmart, just like Amazon Prime to Amazon Prime. They don't want you to do that. But I mean, we'll see if I can Google it here.
Yeah. And when you're joining Facebook groups, or for small businesses, I know you have that on there as well. I have reached out to brands that I want accounts with through Facebook. And I've messaged them, like, let's say it's, Nestle, or, I've messaged big brands because they always answer you back through Messenger.
Okay, here we go. I found it pretty quick. Walmart Plus members are not permitted to purchase products for the purchase of resale, rental, or delivery to their customers or potential customers using Walmart Plus. There you go. That is the rule. And it's similar to Amazon as well. So if I'm selling on Walmart and I buy from Walmart, 20 doodads, but then I turn around and I'm selling them on my Walmart Plus account, that's what's going to get you banned. And they do it, and it's all bot operated, etc. So, it's not like somebody's sitting there looking at it. They're just have programs written to catch those. And it's a really hard ban to get back from. And I just see people complaining about it. Oh, I got banned. What do I do? Well, you screwed yourself because you didn't follow terms of service. You need to look at all the terms of service for any platform that you're doing. There we go. Yeah, Facebook groups. I love Facebook groups. I have been parts of groups. There are groups out there for all sorts of things that will give you lots of information. Like if you like selling Squishmallows, there are groups out there that will tell you when the new Squishmallows is coming out, when the new Legos are coming out, what the new hot toys are going to be this winter. And those are great to join because they often tell you when things go on sale, when they're coming out, and sometimes where to go make those purchases, including wholesale opportunities. I have on here in-person small business gatherings, groups and conventions, guilds. I've been to some small business stuff, and all they're talking about is where they get the best price for whatever supplies and who their best suppliers are and why. And I'm like, let me take note here. Just a minute. Let me get my pen and paper out. If you're going to give out this information, I'm going to take it down. And it might be, let's say you're talking with other people that own restaurants. You may think, oh, well, that's not really applicable to me. Well, where are they buying all their stuff? Where do they buy all their restaurant supply stuff? What kind of prices are they getting it for? What kind of things do they group up and buy together? If they're buying barbecue sauce, what is their favorite barbecue sauce flavors? You can get a wealth of information just by networking with other small businesses and gathering intel.
And most every city has small business groups, whether it be through the Nextdoor app or just a simple online search. there's lots of different little business groups that do monthly meetups, and a lot of times they only allow one person from an industry. They can only have one restaurant person, one clothing person, because the intent of these groups are to help promote and grow each other's business. And it's got to be a business that you're not in direct competition with. So sometimes in these groups, you maybe are the only online seller, and now maybe you just got yourself this person that's trying to sell that product, this person that's trying to sell that product, and you're like, hey, I can help you.
Yeah. And that's just it's a great way to kind of be introduced to other types of vendors. So I moved into my new place, right? And I saw a truck because my window's right here. You'll see me look out. And I saw a truck drive by, and it was like for office supplies and snacks for office people making deliveries. So I went out, I took a picture of the truck, went to the website, got a hold of the rep in my area, and he sent me the purchase sheet. And there's lots of things on there that I can sell, and they just are going to deliver it right to my office. Now, I haven't gone through and scrubbed as much as I'd like, but you just never know where you're going to find those types of
Yeah, and that
information.
poses a great question. I don't care where you live. We all see the box trucks driving down the road that are delivering to the grocery stores with the name on the side of it,
Yep.
U.S. Foods, whatever. And you could absolutely do that and look up that company online, the one that's, delivering their goods to these stores. You can talk to the guy when you're at 7-Eleven that is the merchandise rep that is there loading the shelves at the 7-Eleven, that's dropping off the food. Like, hey, who do you work for? Work for. Because
That's
these
in
are
there.
often the local distributors. So it's not the direct company that they're buying from, but they're the distribution center. A lot of times, let's say a big name brand company like Kraft, you can't buy from them directly wholesale, but you can buy from a distributor. Well, these local distributors are the ones that are servicing your grocery stores and your 7-Elevens.
Yep. I've definitely been at the grocery store and said, "Oh, can I get a business card? What's your website? Who are you with?" You
Mhm.
know, and that is a fine way to do things as well. And you often get exactly who you need to talk to right then and there. We have on here last on this slide is the distributor on the package. I've done that too, is just take the pictures of the item at the store and then gone and looked looked it up
Mhm.
later in the day. And then the last slide we have for you here, I have these are kind of three separate things. So this part up here is a copy and paste, and then this is a different part, and then this is a different part. But I wanted to give you guys some examples on how Tina and I keep all this stuff straight, because it can be overwhelming and difficult. So on our wholesale conglomerate sheet that we work out of consistently here, we have one that is just a master list of suppliers, and this is about what it looks like. It has an applied button, and I have a column and Tina has a column, so we can keep track of who's applied for what. And I have notes like I emailed them on X date, or yes, I have applied and now I've been approved. Yes means we're good to go to order there. We have their names, we have their websites, sometimes the category, because if maybe you find something that sells good and you just need to find who are your grocery suppliers and then go see if they sell them. So that can be very helpful. And then all sorts of notes. We have notes upon notes upon notes. Things like, I was approved, but I need to go and upload my resale cert and do a test order, or the minimum order quantity is 500. We have some on there that are like the MOQ is $2,000 and we just haven't found $2,000 worth of stuff yet to purchase from them. So any of those notes that may help you out in the future are good to put on there. So we have this running list, and this is our process of building. We first go, find your wholesaler, which you guys now have some. We've shown you a few. I've added the links into the chat there. You add it to the list, and then you do the applications. Once you get, keep track of those notes, follow up if needed. Once you are approved, then go in there and start poking around, see what's for sale, see if anything is going to make you any money. Can you bundle things? Can you make 3-packs out of them? Whatever. And then once we have some items put together, I usually put them on like an Amazon purchase wish list. You know how on Amazon you can make wish list? I'll put them there under the store name. So this, let's do Menards. I'd have like a Menards wish list, and I'd just add things to it. Then once I've got some things built up, I'm going to make a tab in the sheet for Menards and put all my finds there. And in that sheet, this is what it looks like right here. You're going to have the name, the price, your profit potential, the URLs. If you have a coupon or anything like that, we put it there. And then once you kind of got a bunch of the research done, I usually pick like the top 3 products and make a test purchase. I don't want to buy 15, 20 different things. And I don't want my first purchase to be really big, because if it goes sideways or south, or it's not a good company or whatever, I'm going to go small. I'm going to go whatever the minimum order quantity is. And if it's a large minimum order quantity, I'm going to have maybe more than 3, maybe 5 to 10 different things to spread out that purchase a bit and make a first test purchase.
And they're usually always in case packs too. I do want to mention that. So whatever your items are with, Menards is more of a regular store, but like the traditional wholesale accounts are generally always sold in a case pack. If you're buying, bath towels, it's a case pack of 12, so when you're buying case packs, usually case packs are 12 items, but I do want to mention that.
Yep. Yeah. They usually come in, standard of 12, 24, 36.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you might be buying 3 different items, and we'll say 48 of each item. And that's about the high level of my comfort level. I'm okay buying 48. I'm pretty sure I can move through 48. You're going to want to look at the Keepa graph on everything, etc. And you're going to make that first test purchase. Once things arrive, you need to look at how they've arrived. Did they arrive well? Did they go on time? Were they back ordered? Did you get shorted? Did they arrive damaged? Was it a pain in the butt to get? Was shipping too much? Was freight too much? All of those things. Did you actually get what you ordered? That's one, because I got Bath and Body Works in today, and I got like 3 sprays that I didn't order. I guess they're bonus. I'll be smelling good this summer, but you may or may not get everything that you ordered, and you want to kind of evaluate the company from that standpoint. We have some companies that we absolutely love ordering with. You order and the stuff arrives and it's what you ordered. And then we have companies that it's like pulling teeth to get a nice order going through. It's just, ugh. All right. So you're going to put in those items into, whatever Amazon platform you got. I use Inventory Lab, enter in all of those things. I make my custom SKU, which is going to be usually the name of where I'm purchasing it from, followed by the price, followed by a random number. Once it gets into the warehouse and starts selling, it's going to go into Be Cool. I'm going to get it repriced. And then you need to see how it performs. Did it price tank? Was there 50 other sellers? Did Amazon jump back on the seller on the listing, and now it's not worth selling anymore? Did people complain about the products? Is it, I've had some products that are just really cheap, and you could tell that it was just junk, and people complain, and it's got bad reviews, bad feedback, all of that. And then, kind of evaluate going forward, maybe in about a month, see how everything performed, and if you need to do another reorder. And once we do that, you're going to go through and you're going to follow up on this and adjust as needed. I typically, instead of just deleting these, I will highlight and strike through if I'm not interested in that product anymore. So if I ever want to go back and visit it again, I have the information there, but it's now stricken through if it didn't perform well, or, for whatever reason, it didn't work out well. And once those products are now performing well, then I look at custom bundles. If I bought a specialty mustard from a place, and I bought 3 specialty mustards and they all are doing good. Well, now it's time to make a bundle with all 3 specialty mustards that I'm the only seller on, and get that, see if that will get moving.
And I will say, out of all of the wholesale orders that I make, I have more winners than losers. So I've always had more good than the bad. I've had more wins than the fails. So I do have fails. I do have things that just didn't really perform that well.
Mhm.
Sometimes I pull them back and repurpose them and somehow make it different and then eventually sell them. But I will say that the majority of everything I get, the wins outweigh the losses.
Yeah, for sure. We got one more question, and then I'll give you guys all like 2 seconds to put any questions in here, and then I've got to go. I've got somebody coming at 9. So Mulaney asks, do you guys run ads campaigns for your products on Amazon, and do you sell on Mercari?
I do run ads and campaigns on products, and I sell on Macari on occasion. I do have a Macari account. I sell on a lot of platforms, and Macari is one.
I just shut down my Mercari account because I don't have the time. I'm going through, and I just did a vlog yesterday, but it's not going to be posted for a while, on all the changes that I've been doing in my business. I needed to look at the last 6 months and really streamline things and line things up for my growth and my growing pains that I'm having in my office here. And one of those things was I don't have time to put things out on Mercari, and I wasn't getting much sales on Mercari, so it was not worth the time. You got to evaluate what your products are and what platform is going to be best for them. Mercari and Poshmark were my least performing platforms, so I just killed them yesterday. And I just put them like on vacation mode and took all my products down. I still want to keep the account open because maybe my products will change and it will be, something that I'll want to do later. For runs on ads and campaigns, yes, I run campaigns as well. And I think Tina and I kind of do it about the same. We have a general campaign for all of our Amazon items. And then if we have a new product we're launching, that's going to get a very specific campaign as well. And then, like, I have a 4th of July campaign going right now because we've got some 4th of July items and it's coming up. So I'll do specific time frames. I did an Easter ad campaign on top of maybe some specific items we launched campaign, as well as my all-inclusive campaign. So yes. Let's see here. Okay, last question probably. Do you link your accounts together, i.e. Walmart with Amazon FBA? You can't link them together. You can sell the same items on each one. So let's say you buy a wholesale whole bunch of mugs, you can send half to Amazon and half to Walmart, but there's no way to really link them together unless, I guess, if you had if you had your own website and then you said, here's where my products are sold, but I don't even know how to get into that. I don't know how you would link them together at all. Do you understand the question or what she's trying to ask, Tina?
She's asking. I don't have a Walmart account to sell on Walmart, but the way that I understand that is almost as if it were, one platform that you cross listed is the way that I read that.
If we're talking about, so we'll talk 2 seconds about drop shipping and then I gotta run, but you cannot put things up on for sale on Walmart and drop ship it really well from your Amazon account and vice versa. If your Walmart customer gets things in an Amazon box, that's a no-no, and vice versa. So you need to be, there's a lot of rules with drop shipping, and if you do it any sort of slightly wrong, you're going to get your accounts banned, and that's very hard to come back from.
She's saying that there's companies like Joe Lister that can link them, and see, that's what I thought she meant is
Okay.
cross listing. So linking your accounts and cross listing are separate things. So yes, you can cross list your items.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot send all your inventory to Amazon FBA and then drop ship very well from Amazon to other platforms. There is some ways to do it, like you can have the boxes be unmarked and whatnot, and there are companies that will drop ship straight from the manufacturer to different places. But that's a nest of worms that I'm just going to say, do your due diligence and read all of the rules, because what you think drop shipping is and what Walmart thinks drop shipping is and what Amazon thinks drop shipping is are likely 3 different answers there. Yeah, we'll probably do Westgate again, Nate. That just seems to be the easiest way to go, unless if you've got a different bar in mind at ASD. At ASD, we typically walk over to Westgate, and there's some bars over there that are just easy to put some tables together, and it's the closest place that sells alcohol, to my knowledge, that I would walk into. There's some places, there's some back alleys, but I don't think I'd want to go in the back alleys.
I think I want to have like electric scooter, like those Razor scooters, or some kind of electric skateboard, something. Because man, all that walking hurts my feet.
I don't know. You gotta investigate what's allowed there. Maybe we can get a little thing we can scooter around in. Because I'd be down for that.
Put on old lady wigs and get a wheelchair.
Oh my god.
And a cane.
Oh, we're still gonna get kicked out of ASD. We'd be racing our little wheelie chairs in our wigs in the back. Oh my god. Oh, all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today.
If this video, find a wholesale account.
Yeah, if this video helped you out at all, don't forget to like and subscribe, and go like and subscribe on Tina's YouTube channel as well, so that she can get up to, we're trying to get her up to 1,000 subscribers.
Yep, that's my goal, and I'm so far. I'm almost at 200. I need help.
Yep. I'm gonna add your link really quick. Maybe.
Yeah, guys. So those of you that are in our Facebook group, if you've never had a wholesale account and you end up getting your first one, let us know. Just because I'm excited. I'm excited to know if you guys take the things that we share with you and show you, put them into use, and have success with it. I love to know that. So please share with us.
Yeah. You don't have to say which website or which ones you.
Yes, you do. You can message me. No.
Oh. Yeah, and it takes a lot of work, and that's why you don't see a lot of people giving out the information, because it's a lot of work, and there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of, everybody's at a different pace in their business. So, an MOQ of $2,000 might be great for some people. They're like, oh yeah, that's easy peasy. And that might be way too much if you're starting off, and you might need a company that's an MOQ of 200, or, different products selling different things. Everybody's got a different take on this business. So you kind of got to do the groundwork, do the legwork yourself. It will be well worth it. I put Tina's channel down in the chat over there. So go subscribe to her channel if you haven't already, and take care. That's all I got. Have a great day.
Same here. Bye, guys.
Bye.